Hello, my name is Parker, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today is day 8 of Echoes of the Past October, so if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, please go do so now. Echoes of the Past October is a month-long prompt event being run by Typically Untypical, and today's prompt is stories may well be lies, but they are good lies that say true things and which can sometimes pay the rent by male gay men. I do heavily apologize if my voice isn't super audible today, as I did lose my voice while I was competing yesterday. There might be a few minor trigger warnings, but I don't think there's many because this is a generally soft story. So, without any further ado, this is my story. Deception is good. Here we go. Janus was a storyteller. He painted vivid stories and traveled across the land. People of all ages would come and listen to his stories. Never once did they question the legitimacy of his stories. Most simply believed it to be true. He was good at telling the tales which would garner attention but didn't sound as though they were fake or lies. They often were based on true events, but Janus did not have an exciting life. Finally, when he hit a big town in Florida, dancing through his routine with ease, a little boy who seemed to be with his dad walked up. Janus smiled, spinning as he told his story, a story of an encounter for years before he became a storyteller, a love story that was only slightly dramatized for the children. The boy looked at him through his glasses. He couldn't have been more than 8, but he was studying Janus as though he didn't believe the story. As he finished the story, the man in sunglasses with coffee ushered the boy closer, releasing his hand. The boy slowly walked up as Janus started putting his things away, preparing to leave in a day's time, watching him with sharp eyes. He could tell the boy was there before he even spoke. He felt his eyes tracking his movements. "Why, hello there, little one," he stated, his voice slightly dramatic, but soft, still turned away from him. The boy's concentration broke for a second, but he was determined. "Hello, sir. My name is Logan, and I have a few questions," the boy explained to him. Janus smirked, turning to the boy and dropping to his level in one swift movement. "Well, go on, then. I have all the time in the world." The sarcasm came much too easily, and he almost felt bad for being sarcastic. Almost. Logan didn't even seem to notice that he was being sarcastic, just continuing his thought process. "Well, I was listening to the full story, and it doesn't seem real." His voice strong and surprisingly even. Janus couldn't help but completely pause as he heard the words. His smirk fell, for only a second, but of all times Logan could have been less tense than usual. Of course, that had to be the time. Logan studied his face as Janus fought to get his demeanor back. "Well, what makes you think that?" Janus mumbled, forcing the sharpness not to hit his voice. Logan smiled vaguely at him for what had to have been less than a second, before returning to his neutral, calculating expression. "Well, some elements of it are just a little too exaggerated, and parts of it feel like blatant lies," he answered. Janus paused. Bits of it were blatant lies. He painted it to be a traditional love story with a psychotic woman who had never once taken others' opinions. In reality, it was a man who was crazy, but amazing. Not much was changed other than his gender and small details. It was the least exaggerated story that he had because he couldn't bring himself to lie about the man that he left to travel the world. He would have come with had Janus asked him to. "What parts do you think are lies?" Janus asked, his voice calm. Logan paused and looked up and thought, "Well, every time you said that she was a girl, your voice was just a bit too sharp for it to be true. And sometimes when you were giving details, your voice would get louder than the softer calling was." He responded with a small frown on his lips. Janus looked at him up and down as though knew he was fighting a losing battle. "Well, you are correct," Janus answered honestly, and Logan's frown deepened. "So, why?" he mumbled. only barely audible enough for Janice to hear. Because, young one, sometimes deception can be good. He tried. Logan looked him up and down with eyes filled with mixed emotions. How? He begged, his voice shaking. My stories may be wise, but they bring entertainment and they bring in money, Janice attempted, and Logan only nodded, turning away and walking back to his father. Janice sat down, and for the first time in years, he wondered if deception really is good. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's story. I know I did. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.